Alright, another video for fucking Ella, who's apparently literally retarded, since she wanted to comment um, that this is doxing and harassment, and that she's reported this for child endangerment. Let's look at child endangerment under Ontario law. So everyone who unlawfully abandons or exposes a child under the age of 10 years old, the only child of yours that I talked about that you said is 11, so already this is irrelevant. So that its life so that its life is or is likely to be endangered, or its health or is likely to be permanently injured. First of all, your child's life is not in danger. I didn't dox your child. I didn't even say his name. I don't know what school he goes to. I don't know his address. I don't know anything. His life is not endangered. Your son is still anonymous. So there's that. And the only other child endangerment laws have to do with like sexual abuse, which none of that happened. So there's that. Talking about harassment, criminal harassment. So let's just open the site because it's the Canadian Justice site. So there's this basically saying that don't harass people, that it's illegal. But this is what is defined as harassment. So repeatedly following from place to place the other person or anyone known to them. I've never followed Ella. I don't know where she lives. I know she lives in a region with a fucking population of 1.5 million people. Don't know her Addie. Don't know where she works, if she works. Don't know what she drives, if she drives. I don't know any of that. So I clearly have not been following her. Repeatedly communicating with, either directly or indirectly, the other person or anyone known to them. I've made one video about her. This is going to be the second. I've commented once on one video. I guess 3 is repeatedly, but she's also replied. So it's not like it's like, like it's me like harassing her. It's like, it's a back and forth. If she wasn't replying, I could understand, but it's a back and forth. Watching the video, I don't know where she lives again. I don't know where her kids live. I don't know where she works. I don't know where she carries her business. I know from her Google reviews the couple places she has been within the last like 3 years. But again, it's not like I'm going to those places now and like sitting there being like, oh, Ella, is that you? Like, again, I have not left my house in the last like 2 days, apart from like going to get food. So, and then in threatening conduct, blah blah blah. I didn't threaten her. I didn't say, yo, I'm gonna pull up to your fucking crib and like slaughter your family. Like, I literally just said that, hey, any information about you that's online is there because you put it there. That's it. So I haven't threatened. And then there's punishment, whatever. Yeah. Then we're gonna look at doxing laws in Canada. This is just about cyberbullying in general. This specifically is about like sending nudes and shit, like intimate images. So like nudes, home videos, I guess. But like the spicy kind, which I obviously have not done. There's this article, which basically like TLDR, kind of defines what doxing is publishing the personal information of an individual on the internet, usually without their consent, in order to cause the victim distress, fear, embarrassment, and shame. There's no specific laws in Canada about doxing, but there are like harassment laws and like privacy laws, basically saying if you post home addresses, phone number, credit card, private emails. I have not done any of those things. Again, I literally didn't even say by name what region or cities she lives in or what places she has visited. I'm pretty sure most of like how I found her different like Google reviews, I haven't looked again, but they're probably taken down by now because she's privated everything. So, I mean, there's that also. Now let's look at, like, hate speech and, maybe things that Ella herself could be convicted of, because as much as she likes to say that, freedom of speech, she hasn't done anything wrong. She doesn't understand why Calvin's video isn't taken down, because he's been harassing, but she hasn't done anything wrong. There's I don't know where particularly to look, but basically the laws is that you have freedom of speech in Canada unless it infringes onto, like, hate speech, infringes on someone's rights to, like, a quality life to live. So you're free to say anything you want up to a certain point. No law is absolute in Canada. There's this article which is basically saying that misgendering is a form of discrimination. And what did we see in that video? In literally every video, her fucking video talking about Calvin's PTSD, all she did was misgender Calvin. And it's not like it was an unaware misgendering. She knows what she's doing. She knows Calvin goes by he, him. She knows Calvin identifies as a man. She knows that Calvin is trans. And yet she willingly still misgenders him. It's a form of discrimination. Basically what this says, doesn't this interfere with freedom of expression? No right is absolute. Expression is you're only allowed to talk as much shit as you want, so that it doesn't infringe on someone's freedom to live. So, and I'm not saying, this is like a set in stone case here. Just, Ella, I haven't broken any laws. Do you want to think about, like, maybe what you've done? Maybe? Yeah.